Good shot, kid. I think you got him. Good shot, kid. I think you got him.
Hello there and welcome back to some more Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Today we continue on Let's Play. This is episode 43. In today's episode we are taking a look at the unique stunt jumps of San Fierro. For that we need a motorbike, and of course it's time for our trusty friend the NRG 500, which in San Fierro can be found at the NRG 500 challenge. Simply fail the mission to get the bike. Alternatively, you can complete the mission, I guess, if you haven't already, in order to acquire it. Jump 39, which by the way, we are currently at jump 38 after doing them in Los Santos and the Badlands, which you can see those videos on the channel. $500 per jump, 70 to get. These do not count towards 100% completion. Jump 39, again, ramp at the stadium, jump over to the freeway, and that should be good enough to go. A lot of these are relatively simple, with about 3 of them being tricky. Jump 40 is actually in the airport, so make sure to use the guard tower trick in order to get inside. This one is at the southwest of the airport. Jump over the body of water in order to land on the mainland beside it. Pretty straightforward one. You can end up in the drink if you're not driving a fast vehicle, but of course if you're doing this you'll be using an NRG 500, so that shouldn't be a problem. Jump 41 is to the west of the airport, not too far away from the last jump actually. Simply jump over another body of water, although this time heading towards the Easter Basin docks. So west side of the airport. Again, a pretty simple one. A lot of these do have pretty generous landing zones, although some of them, like this one, can be a bit of a nightmare. Jump 42 is using a staircase here in Garcia to jump over the freeway. You need to specifically clear the freeway and land on the sort of landmass next to it, podium, I guess. This one's really difficult to get the speed up in order to complete it, but yeah, it is possible, but it is tricky. Jump 43 is at the Syndicate Crack Factory. Of course, we see this in the mission Yay Kaboom Boom. As long as you land on the crates, you should be fine. Of course, you can go over that and onto the road below as well, but either way, you should complete that during Yay Kaboom Boom, unless you want to do it earlier like I do. Jump 44 is at a sort of homemade ramp here at Cranberry Station, Dorothy area. Jumping over onto the freeway, as long as you clear most of it, that should be a unique stunt jump bonus. You probably use that ramp fairly often in normal gameplay in order to get from one side of the city to the other. Jump 45 is in Chinatown. Sort of be careful on this pedestrian walkway, not to hit a pedestrian because they will seriously halt your momentum, and your goal here is to clear most of the supermarket car park, which is pretty straightforward. Quite a fun little jump, that one, but again, beware of pedestrians. This one, another awkward one, jump 46, using a dirt mound here in this area in order to go towards the hospital, the centre floor area. The minimum you can go is sort of landing halfway across this white apartment building. That one is very awkward to get the speed up, and also just where the ramp is, it's kind of difficult to spot. Reminds me of the few other ones in Los Santos. Jump 47, mercifully, is easier. Using a staircase, jump most of the way over the windy road. As long as you land about half to 2/3 of the way down, you should be good to go. Again, you can't do that on a car because obviously a car is a little bit too wide to fit down there. Jump 48, one of our more spectacular ones, is in the financial district. You're essentially jumping all the way over this building to the bay, and as you can see, yeah, quite a dramatic jump. As long as you land on the sort of main road in the bay, you should be pretty good to go on this one. Kind of hard to fail, as I think you can even land on the buildings, although don't quote me on that. It's best to just try and clear everything. Jump 49, once again using a staircase in a relatively similar area. Go towards the no pay and spray, if you know what I mean, and you're sort of landing towards the entrance of this multi-story car park, again on the road below. Should be good enough. A lot of these do rely on the road below, as you find out. Jump 50, another awkward one, this one. It is in Carlton Heights. You've got to jump specifically from this sort of ramp here to the walkway below. You can't land on the road. There's sort of a very specific impact area on this one. It needs to be on the walkway. I suggest going slightly right as you enter the ramp, and then just sort of trial and error from there. Yeah, this one is very, very awkward indeed. Jump number 51 is using a dirt mound between a row of houses. in this area, and then you're jumping over onto the road below. Juniper Hollow, I believe. Although, yeah, Juniper Hollow and Paradiso, they're the two sort of area names. I don't know which one it would technically class in, but either way, you're jumping on the road below. And Jump 52 is basically very, very similar to Jump 51, just up the road, using a bigger ramp this time. And again, the sort of destination is basically the same, just the road below, jumping over this sort of raised piece of road in order to land on the one below that tunnels underneath it. So there you go. That is the unique stunt jumps here in San Fierro. Again, do watch out for jumps 42, 46 and 50. They are the awkward ones, but again, this not quite as bad as some of those that we saw in Los Santos, although they're not quite as nice as the one we saw in Badlands. So we should be up to 52 completed overall. Technically, jump 53 is in San Fierro as well, but we can't complete that until we gain access to the Bone Land. So thank you all very much for watching. Next time I'm going to be taking a look at the valet parking side mission, so join us for that. Until then, farewell.
Uptown, downtown, speeding all around. The naked 47 got the power and it's bound to move any mother that gets in my way. Just another power machine on the freeway. Riding with me, there's my MC homeboy. Knowing the rules ain't part of his program. Finding the right way around this map might be pretty hard, cause he's fucked on crack. Gee, man, that thought.